Hello, welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot Weekly Pick Your Crystal Reading. This is for the week of March 12th through the 18th. And for those who recognize daylight savings time on Sunday, the 12th, we are going to be springing ahead and gaining an hour. It's a nice time to just reflect about the thought that we are able to bring more light into our lives. And it is that higher vibration light that makes everything just a little bit easier, just a little bit better. All right, so here we have this week, we have this marbly green, we have a clear quartz, and we have this one, and I'm just going to call this thing purple. Okay. Alrighty, so take a moment, see which crystal or crystals best resonate with you. Maybe one, maybe two, maybe all three. And let's get started, shall we? So we're going to start off with the green. And here we go. King of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. All right, so you have amazing cards here, right? You have two high arcana cards. You have the 10 of Cups, which is a cup of emotional fulfillment, happiness, etc. And the King of Pentacles, which is, a card that tends to represent sort of success, financial security, somebody who works or deals with money or finances. So let's take a look at what these cards are telling us. What is the story for this green crystal? All right, so let's start with the King of Pentacles. This is actually reading as more of a sense, a feeling of either seeking financial security, feeling like you are on the road to achieving it, perhaps having something that comes into your life. It might be, a new contract, a settlement of a lawsuit. Perhaps it could be an inheritance. Perhaps it is, approval for something that you've been trying to get approval for. It could even represent good health or good news pertaining to that. But whatever it is, this king represents a sense of just stability, of calmness, of clarity. Because it's followed by the 10 of Cups, it feels very much as if this feeling or recognizing that this time is coming is bringing you a great deal of emotional sort of contentment and happiness. There is a feeling as if, I almost want to say, like a big load has been taken off of your shoulders. There was some sort of a financial transaction or news or information coming in that puts you in a good position in terms of security. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Magician here, you got to love it. So the Wheel of Fortune is literally talking about, karma, blessings coming to you, good fortune coming to you, change that brings in this sort of happiness and good fortune, etc. And the Magician, that's really about, starting something new and really being prepared to, draw together all of the elements that you have at your disposal. Very often, I think that the Magician represents sort of all of the various tools that one has in their toolbox. Except very often we kind of forget what some of those tools are. We tend to use the same ones over and over again, and then we forget about other ones we have. But in this case, based on these cards, it definitely feels as if there is a skill or a talent or an ability that you may very well be able to bring back to the fore, and that may help as you move forward from this place. So this is sort of how I'm reading the energy here. There is an event of some kind that takes you to a place of feeling happiness and security, safe, emotional contentment. In some ways, it feels as if it was brought to you by good luck or serendipity, but it definitely feels like a blessing. And the magician is talking about moving forward from there, new beginnings, new starts, um, going forward. Perhaps there might be some sort of a financial shift that allows you to follow maybe something you've always wanted to do but didn't have the time or the money, the resources, whatever it is. So this is a really lovely little set of cards because it's just talking about things stabilizing for you, a sense of happiness, a clarity coming, and good fortune being right there step by step with you, and the ability to move forward and create kind of something new in your life, bring in talents or abilities or skills. Very, very nice. Okay, so the next one, let's take a look at this clear quartz. And here we go. We have the Four of Cups, the Two of Pentacles, the Moon, oops, and the World. Okay. So, the Four of Cups often talks about sort of a sense of kind of, being unfulfilled, a little, just unhappy, a sort of a low grade kind of discontentment. And part of the reason for that discontentment feels as if, in some ways, you actually are not looking with clarity at the options you have in front of you or the opportunities and options that are coming towards you. And it feels as if you're trying to make some sort of a decision or juggle something or find a balance. And because you're not clearly seeing what your options and choices are, it's making finding this balance, it feels almost a little precarious, like you can't quite see your way clear to make the decision you want to make. The moon card is sort of giving you a little bit of a heads up or a warning that it is possible that part of the reason you're having trouble making this decision is that you perhaps do not have all of the information. If it is possible, you're almost being encouraged to just slow down a little bit, wait until you feel very comfortable that the insights, the information, everything that you need to see to make an informed decision is visible. And it's important that you kind of go through this process carefully because you're ending with the world. And of course, this is a sense of completion and new beginnings, of new starts, of being able to move forward um, with a sense of joy and freedom and happiness as you sort of embark almost on a new chapter of your life. So, randomly, an example. Perhaps you are looking to move. Maybe you're wanting to relocate and you can't see, you're not finding what you want out there. Maybe it's time to look through a different lens, look at different options, look outside of your kind of box and see what other options or opportunities may be there. And this applies to everything. Okay, this can be about relationships, this can be about business adventures, etc. It's important that before you make this decision, that you ensure that you have all of the facts and all of the details, and then making this decision. And this decision has something to do, with resources, with finances. It's the Pentacles. Um, that you're then going to be able to move forward and make the right decision, and that is going to take you to a place where you are going to have the ability to bring in new energy, perhaps close a chapter and start a new chapter, moving forward in a way that is a progression, moving forward in a way that brings you that sense of sort of contentment or peace or change that you are looking for. So it's this is just these cards represent sort of a looking at your options kind of energy, a don't make a decision too quick energy. Make sure you have all of the facts, because you're embarking on a new chapter, you're going down a new road, you're creating um new energy as you go forward. And so you want to make sure that the choices you're making are being made sort of more logically than emotionally. But that does not mean that you discount, of course, your intuition, because you never want to do that. But that's what this is talking about. So, again, I really want you to kind of move a little bit outside of your box of comfort, the way you think, and see what options might be available to you that you haven't recognized. Alrighty, let's look at this purple crystal. And what we have here is the Eight of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, Temperance, and the Artist. Now, for those of you who may be new to my channel or have never received this card before, in this incredibly beautiful deck that I use called Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot Deck by Matt Hughes. He has added two sort of additional cards to the end of the tarot deck. And one of them is the Well, and one of them is the Artist. And this is the Artist card. So in case you did not come across it before, you know what you're kind of looking at there. And in many ways, it fits the other cards here. There is something that you have been working at diligently, methodically, carefully. Could this be some sort of a project? Could it be some sort of a craft? Whatever this is that is occupying your time and your energy, this focus on very organized and very systematic kind of going through a process, figuring it out kind of energy. There's going to be some good news coming, some happy news coming with regards to this endeavor. Temperance is here to remind you to keep things in balance, keep things in perspective. And the Artist has a very sort of kind of lovely message. The message behind the Artist is, listen, you are a visionary, you are creative, you have passion. But it is about going quiet, going still, needing to stop and just let yourself hear the wisdom and the guidance, the insight, the information, so that you can move forward again with that, enhanced sense of energy, creativity, passion. So I don't know if this pertains to something that you have been working on for a while. This could be, for example, the beginning of starting a business, a new project, some sort of an artistic endeavor. This could be about, getting things in order. But there's something that you are working on or will be working on that has to do truly with the realities, the physical tangibles of life. Um, and there is good news coming from that process, but it's important that things stay in perspective and stay balanced, that you don't, kind of go too far to either side, that you sit in the center and sort of achieve that sense of calm and peacefulness so that you can quietly listen, so that you can, hear your inner thoughts, hear the voice of divine, and find that way and that energy to move forward with whatever this represents to you. So this is actually a very nice set of cards because it really is talking about sort of your diligent work paying off, good news coming as a result of that. There may be a need to balance or ensure that things are even keeled, and know that you have the ability to go still and to listen and to move forward with a renewed purpose and a renewed passion. All right. Well, so there we have your crystal reading for March 12th through the 18th. Thank you so very, very much for being here at Soulprint, and I look forward to seeing you next week.